Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from sacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly intuitive reading for Monday, November 15th through Sunday, November 21st, 2021. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Syrian Starseed Tarot by Patricia Corey and Alyssa Bartha for the main message for everyone. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Heal Yourself reading cards by Ina Segal. I'm not sure how I'm saying her name correctly. Ina, I-N-N-A, or Ina Segal. So let's go ahead and start out by taking a look at your stones of choice. And by the way, if you haven't already watched the monthly intuitive reading for the month of November, be sure to go onto my YouTube channel and watch that complete with the energetic vibration of the month, the astrological transits of significance, messages from our angels and guides, as well as a special message card for the entire month based on your stone of choice for that as well. So for this weekly reading, our stones of choice are... First stone of choice is Orthoceras. Orthoceras. If you want to know how to spell that, it's O-R-T-H-O-C-E-R-A-S. Now, the Orthoceras, I don't know if you can tell, but this is actually a fossil. An ancient, very, very ancient fossil here. Okay, this was actually a creature, and all of the orthofossils, different sizes, but they all have these ancient fossil energies within them. Now, the metaphysical properties of this one, if this is your stone of choice, this helps us with ancient knowledge from Earth Mother Gaia. Ancient knowledge from Earth Mother Gaia herself. This is also a stone that's very grounding in nature. So it relates to our root chakra, where we feel grounded and secure. This is also a stone of transformation. We are still in Scorpio season. There's a lot going on this week with that Scorpio energy. So it's a great stone for transformation. It also helps us to get in touch with our past lives. And it helps to open us to wisdom and opportunities. Okay, your second stone of choice, snakeskin jasper. See how that looks like a snakeskin there? The snakeskin jasper. This helps to protect us from negativity or all kinds of negative energies. It helps to shield us from psychic attack. This one also has a lot of Mars energy associated with it. If you think about a snake, right? And again, we have that snake significance of transformation and change. And so we have that Mars, that masculine Mars energy here associated with the snakeskin jasper. This also helps to offer us insight into the challenging situations that we might be going through. So if you need some deeper insight into the situations going on in your life, then maybe this is the stone of choice for you this week. The last stone of choice is pyrite. Now, pyrite, also called fool's gold, this is that when people back in the day would pan for gold, they would often find the pyrite and think it was actually gold nuggets. The pyrite is both an earth energy, an earth element energy, and a fire element energy at the same time. So the earth is great for that grounding. The fire is great for that spiritual, creative transformation. This is a masculine stone. It is a stone of action. Okay, so it helps to stimulate, my goodness, helps to stimulate ideas, self-confidence, and willpower. Sounds a lot like the solar plexus, right? I do believe that I read that it also activates our solar plexus chakra, our center of personal power. It helps to protect and shield us from emotional attack, and it is said to light a fire in one's soul. Okay, light the fire in one's soul. So again, our stones of choice are the Orthoceras, the snakeskin jasper. I'm feeling a little tongue-tied here. And the pyrite. Okay. So let's talk about the astrological energies of significance. Okay, so we have, and there's a lot going on this week, and it's leading up to a full moon, which is on Friday. But on Monday the 15th, we have Venus, the planet of love, relationships. She also rules our sense of value, or how we value ourselves. She rules money and finances as well. She's in the sign of Capricorn right now. Capricorn is a very goal-oriented, ambitious sign that really focuses a lot on one's career path, their life path, their destiny path. So Venus in Capricorn right now is in a challenging square connection to Chiron, the wounded healer, the one that rules past life wounds and challenges, and is also the shaman that brings healing. And Chiron is in Aries right now, has been for a while, will be for quite a while yet. And so it's bringing up these wounds in regards to our sense of self, self-identity, self-confidence. So with Venus squaring or challenging that, I feel like it's bringing up wounds for us regarding our goals and our kind of a connection to them. I want to say emotional connection, but you know, Venus is very much a planet of attraction. So she wants to attract this sense of recognition, which is a Capricorn trait. You know, she wants to attract this sense of recognition with who she is on her life path or in her career path. But this is bringing up some insecurity issues, because insecurity also is another keyword for Capricorn versus security. So, you know, Venus in Capricorn wants to feel secure financially, wants to feel secure in her career or what she's doing out in the world. She wants to feel secure even in her relationships. By the way, she's much more practical while she's in Capricorn as far as her relationships, but she might be feeling insecure on or around Monday as she's challenging Chiron, okay? So she's lacking in that feeling of feeling secure within herself. Also on the same day, Monday, we have the Sun in Scorpio. So we're in that Scorpio energy still. And that Sun in Scorpio is also squaring or challenging Jupiter, and Jupiter's in Aquarius. Jupiter rules the expansion principle. So whether or not we're feeling empowered or disempowered, Jupiter can expand those qualities. And because it is a square, we might be feeling disempowered by some sort of situation, feeling, or belief system within ourselves. Jupiter does rule our belief systems and our higher perceptions and the big picture of what we see out there in the world, or what we see for ourselves as we move forward on our path. So there might be maybe some power and control issues. The Sun does rule authority figures as one of the things. The Sun also rules our own sense of self-identity and ego, but it can rule authority figures. And because it's in Scorpio, again, we might have some power and control energies that are being exaggerated by Jupiter right now in that challenging square aspect with the Sun. On Tuesday, the Sun in Scorpio is now sextile Pluto. Well, interestingly enough, Pluto is the modern day ruler of Scorpio. So here we have a lot still of that scorpionic energy happening, but a sextile aspect is an aspect of opportunity. It's considered a good aspect, and it gives us an opportunity for something good as long as we're looking for and we're becoming aware of what that opportunity is, and then we're taking some sort of action on it. So with the Sun in Scorpio, sextile Pluto, there might be an opportunity to empower ourselves in some way, empower ourselves within relationship matter in our career, let's say. Again, if we're in some disempowering communication or situation, we have an opportunity to empower ourselves. We also have an opportunity to transform ourselves or transmute or rise above some lower energy or belief system, negativity. Because Scorpio rules the shadow side, right? The shadow side of the ego, our fears, our doubts, and all of those other kind of shadow energies. So the sun being about our ego, this transformation can just be a transformation within ourselves, as well as a transformation or opportunity to transform some other situation or relationship matter where power or empowerment versus disempowerment is indicated. And then on Wednesday the 17th, Mars in Scorpio. Okay, so we have a lot of planets in Scorpio right now. The Sun in Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio, and once we get to Thursday, Mercury is in Scorpio as well. But on Wednesday, Mars in Scorpio is opposing Uranus. Oh my goodness. So Uranus is the planet that is known as the Great Awakener. He brings sudden and unexpected redirections or changes or enlightenment, surprises that we weren't expecting. And some of these surprises with Uranus, we expect the unexpected. We can expect it to be either positive or not so positive. We don't really know what's going to happen with Uranus, but with Mars and Scorpio opposing Uranus, it usually, with an opposition like these two planets are in, usually that plays out with other people in our lives. Because if you think of, here's one planet and it's opposing another planet, so we're talking about two people here. We're talking about a situation where usually something's playing out with another person or persons. Now, Mars in Scorpio can be quite intense. Mars is the warrior planet. He's that masculine warrior energy that wants to move forward. And in Scorpio, it can be very intense and very direct and very fixed or stubborn in its energy forward. Uranus comes in like a lightning bolt, and if you put those two together, there could be some big changes, big redirections, some intense transformational energies that are happening during and around that time. And especially, again, as we're building up to the full moon on Friday, this is an energy that happens a couple of days before that full moon. So, everything's a little bit more intensified, especially with people's emotional natures. Our emotions are charged, and with Mars and Scorpio, it is, a very charged energy. And we're also playing off of our subconscious patterns, because Mars as the warrior can be assertive and can be reactive. Mars is reactive. And when it's in Scorpio, and Scorpio rules our subconscious, we're kind of just knee-jerk reacting out of our patterns. And especially with that opposing Uranus, it's really going to be reactionary. Okay. And then on Thursday we have a couple of good aspects here with some planets. We have Mercury in Scorpio, and Mercury is the planet that rules thoughts, ideas, perceptions, communications. It's in the very deep sign of Scorpio, intense, telepathic, clairsentient, business-minded. It's great for, coming up with great business ideas and moving forward with that. But Mercury in Scorpio is going to be in a positive aspect on Thursday the 18th to Neptune in Pisces. So that gives it a little bit different flavor, because Mercury in Scorpio, again, can be very direct, also can be sometimes sarcastic. It's very fixed. It's very just like a quick kind of thought that kind of comes in that's communicated. They also sometimes, with Mercury and Scorpio, you can also be a little bit more observant rather than communicative. So we can be a little bit more, again, perceptive, telepathic, psychic, intuitive, and observant with that. But by itself, Mercury in Scorpio feels like, again, a very intense sort of energy. But it's being softened by Neptune on Thursday. And it's a positive aspect with Neptune. And Neptune rules the spiritual realm. And it rules unconditional love and compassion and forgiveness and things that are intangible. The connection with our angels and guides and the other realms. And so one thing is that I feel like our psychic, intuitive, and even healing and telepathic abilities are all going to be extremely heightened with that aspect. And then also on Thursday, we come back to Venus, which started us out on Monday in that challenging aspect to Chiron. Venus in Capricorn is now in a positive aspect to Uranus in Taurus. Now, Venus can rule money and finances or different types of personal resources. Uranus is in the sign of Taurus. That sign of Taurus also can rule money, finances, and personal resources. So there might be some sort of positive surprise energy, like a surprise gift from the universe, a surprise gift that comes in through work or a friend or family member. It could be a promotion, you know, because Venus is in the career-oriented sign of Capricorn, Uranus is in the money-oriented sign of Taurus. So there might be something happening in money and financial matters. And even though this is a positive connection, which normally we think, oh, there's like blessings from the universe coming to me, which could be very typical. Unexpected blessings from the universe, especially when it comes to your goals, whether it's a career matter or just like creative projects, goals that you're working towards. There could be some positive blessings coming in. But even though that's a positive aspect, Uranus is expect the unexpected. So this could be money going out too. This could be something that comes in unexpectedly to where all of a sudden you're having to give money to a family member, or you need to make a big purchase to further your goals that you weren't expecting. You know, it could be something like that as well, which in the long run is a positive thing, right? You're giving money to a friend or family member. You're buying some piece of equipment for your career or to further your goals or the project you're working on. It's still money going out, but it's for a good thing, okay? And then that leads us to Friday. Friday is the full moon, and it's not just a full moon in Taurus, where the sun is in Scorpio, the moon is in Taurus, it's at 27 degrees Taurus, but this is an eclipse. This is a full moon lunar eclipse at 27 degrees of Taurus. I almost said Scorpio because we have so much Scorpio energy going on, right? And this full moon in Taurus is in a positive aspect to Pluto at 24 degrees Capricorn, and Pluto rules Scorpio. So it is going to have that scorpionic feel because the sun is in Scorpio. And even though it's a full moon in Taurus, it's connecting with Pluto, which rules Scorpio. And so again, there's a lot of transformation, regeneration, death and rebirth energies, all of those things that Pluto and Scorpio rules, that's happening before, during, and after, I want to say, with this full moon lunar eclipse. Remember, full moons are a completion phase. It's a time afterwards where we're letting go, releasing, transmuting something that we no longer need. And because it's Scorpio, I always think of the phoenix, right? The Scorpio phoenix rising from the ashes. So we're also not just transmuting or releasing, we're rising above and transcending something potentially as well. So again, this is a cycle that's going to last for a while. You know, full moons usually, the energy of a full moon lasts for a couple of weeks in the waning moon phase until we get to the next new moon. But with an eclipse energy, these eclipse energies usually last until the next set of eclipses, which is a few months away down the road. It's going to be, you know, into 2022 before we have the next set of eclipses. And I keep talking about it in plural sense because after we have this full moon lunar eclipse in 2 weeks, when we have a new moon, it will be a new moon solar eclipse as well. So very powerful time of endings and new beginnings during these eclipses. Okay. On Saturday the 20th, we have Mercury in Scorpio challenging Jupiter in Aquarius. So again, Jupiter is expanding or exaggerating these thoughts or beliefs or perceptions of disempowerment, the shadow side of our personality, because that's where Mercury is in Scorpio. There could also be communications that are exaggerated beyond what they need to be, drama energy through talking to other people, something disempowering being said, arguments, frustrations that we feel within ourselves. All of these things can be kind of expanded a little bit beyond where they need to be, especially since it's the day after the full moon lunar eclipse. And then on Sunday, we have Mercury in Scorpio, and it's in a positive sextile to Pluto. So we have that Plutonian energy again. So again, we have heavy scorpionic and, you know, Scorpio kind of energies going on this week, but there's an opportunity there with Mercury and Pluto to see something deeper. You know, again, a sextile is an aspect of opportunity. We have to look for the opportunity and then take some sort of action on it. So here, Mercury is about perceptions and thoughts and communication, and Pluto's about death and rebirth and empowerment. So we have an opportunity to empower ourselves through speaking our truth or communicating something that we need to, setting a boundary perhaps when we're talking to somebody else, if that kind of thing comes up. Or there's an opportunity to just perceive something about ourselves on a deeper level. This can just be something within ourselves internally, where through meditation or self-reflection, we are going within and understanding something and able to, again, transform something within ourselves to be able to release, let go, purge, and transmute an idea, thought, perception, or belief system that we no longer need to carry on. And then after that, on Sunday the 21st, the sun is finally going to move out of Scorpio and into the sign of Sagittarius, which is much more of a lighter, brighter, more optimistic, shining its light fire sign. Now that doesn't happen until 9:34 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday. So we have a good full week of these Scorpio energies and this full moon lunar eclipse before that sun is going to move into the sign of Sagittarius late Sunday night. Okay, so that's a little bit about what's going on astrologically. Let's go ahead and take a look at what our angels and guides have to say. I'm going to go ahead and stay on camera here today. I got lots of things here to do to catch up with, so I'm going to just go ahead and go straight for it and straight through here. So the first card here, and we got lots of cards too, by the way. So normally those of you that watch me know that I usually choose 3 cards, and oftentimes cards fall out, extra cards fall out, or when I pull 1 card, 2 cards come out. So we do actually have 5 cards here. And the first card is the first of 2 for the first card position. So let's go ahead and turn that over and see. From the Syrian Starseed Tarot, we have Major Arcana 20. Major Arcana 20. And in this deck, it says karma at the bottom. Now, in the traditional tarot, this is the judgment card, okay? So what's the judgment card about? The judgment is kind of about reflecting on past actions, past situations, past patterns in your life, and then being able to adjust appropriately what you need to be able to move on to the next level of evolution and growth. It's like, okay, this is a pattern that's repeating itself. Why is it there? What can I do to change it? What is it teaching me? You know, maybe this has been here since past lives, because I know a little bit about some of my past lives. And so how can I now reflect on this and not allow this pattern to repeat itself? How can I stop this wheel of karma from continuing? And if you notice here, in this particular rendition of the judgment card, the karma card, this looks like a big pool of water. And it's interesting, whenever I see this card from the Syrian Starseed Tarot, it looks like there's almost a heart here in the middle. Doesn't that look like a heart right there? And remember, we started out this week with Venus, the planet of love and relationships, and a challenging aspect to Chiron, the wounded healer, or the ruler of past life wounds. So I feel like there's matters of the heart here, old emotional wounds, old karmic wounds. And whether they be of relationships, or whether this be our relationship to ourselves. Remember how I said Venus is about how we value ourselves? So this is also perhaps about how are we loving ourselves? Do we feel worthy and deserving? So there might be some past karmic patterns relating to lack of self-worth as well happening. So this also, I don't think that it's meant to be this necessarily, but whenever I see this in this particular card, it reminds me of the Phoenix Rising. Now, the Phoenix Rising, we normally see a picture of the Phoenix in like fire, right? The transmuting fire. This is water. And so again, this is like transmuting some old emotional energy, because water, the water element, relates to our emotions. So we're transmuting some emotional karmic energy. We're rising above it. We're healing this. It's almost like there's this kind of rectangular, circled, sort of oval-like thing around the heart here. So it's like a protective barrier. It's shielding it while we're healing it and transmuting whatever this karmic energy is all about. And of course, at the top, we have the lotus flower of the crown chakra up here in the sky, opening us up to higher unconditional love, compassion for others and for ourselves, forgiveness for others and for ourselves, connecting to the higher realm so that we can channel through that unconditional love and light energy into our emotional bodies and bring the healing of these karmic wounds. Now, there was a card that came out with this card, so let's go ahead and see more information regarding this Major Arcana 20 card. Okay, and we have the Four of Cups, the Four of Chalices. So again, it's just reiterating that this is something to do with matters of the heart or old emotional wounds. The number four numerologically can be a restrictive energy. It's like feeling restricted or limited in emotional expression. Feeling sad, feeling depressed is also part of what the Four of Cups can be. Feeling forlorn, feeling stuck emotionally. And here we have this beautiful woman, and she's looking up to the star up here. She's looking up to me. The star represents hope, right? But she's got the 3 cups behind her, and she doesn't see those 3 cups. And then she's got 1 cup over here. Actually, it's to her right, and she's not looking that way either. A lot of times with the Four of Cups, we've got cups that are fallen over, you know, what was ever inside the cups, the water in the cups has spilled out. All of these cups are standing. She's just not looking at them. She has no idea, supposedly, that these 3 cups are standing perfectly well behind her, and that there's a 4th cup over here, another, you know, kind of emotional opportunity of benefit that's over here to her right. She's not looking that way either, but she is at least looking up to the night sky, and she's looking up to that star of hope. Looking for maybe the answers that she's seeking, maybe asking for healing or forgiveness, or wanting to offer healing or forgiveness to a situation or matter that deals with relationships. Whatever it is, and there is some stormy waters here, but I feel like this can be healed. There's an opportunity here to kind of heal whatever this emotional energy is all about, this emotional restriction or limitation energy. This sadness energy, especially because these cups are standing. So maybe the cups are empty, you know, it's just my intuitive. Maybe the cups are empty, but they can always be filled again, right? Maybe they spilled out, you pick them back up, you put the cups back up, you're setting your emotional body straight, you're healing the emotional body, you're healing the inner child. Now you just have to fill up the cups again. You have to send that love and light, forgiveness, compassion to yourself, and then eventually let it outpour through the heart chakra to other people. Okay, so healing this week. So the next card came out as 2 cards as well. So the first of those 2 cards. Okay, so this is a heavy one too. This is the 9 of Orbs. This is like the 9 of Swords in the traditional tarot. Now, the number 9 is the last of the single digit numbers, so we're getting to a completion phase with something. In the tarot, though, there's 10 minor arcana, so after the 9 there would be the 10. So this is indicating that we're almost complete with something, and because it's orbs, because it's swords in the traditional tarot, we're completing, ending, letting go, surrendering on some level, on a mental level. There's some sort of thought processes that are heavy or harmful to ourselves, or perceptions, you know, the air suit, the orb suit. It's about thoughts, ideas, perceptions, communications. And you can see this person sitting in the forest. She's sitting there in the forest, like she's got her hands over her eyes, she's kind of crying. There's all these thoughts, these kind of negative, shadowy, gray sort of thoughts and perceptions and belief systems that are circling around her. She doesn't know what to do. She's kind of hidden herself away in that forest. But this is saying we're getting to the end of something. We're able to hopefully the next card that comes out with it will give us an idea of how the healing process of this is going to go, or how we can release and heal these negative, lower vibrational thoughts, ideas, perceptions, and belief systems, and how we can come back into a state of balance within our mental body. So before we had kind of the emotional body thing going on, now we're looking at the mental body here. And you can see that again, she's facing in a certain direction deep into the forest, but behind her is this light. So there is light ahead, or there's light kind of coming in from the heavens, metaphorically speaking, to kind of shine light upon, to highlight, to bring awareness, to transmute. The light can transmute the darkness, right? So if she just kind of stands up and turns around and sees the dawn back there, sees the sunrise, sees the light shining through the trees, she's going to realize that things aren't as bad as she's feeling right now, or that some of the thoughts and perceptions and belief systems are within her mind, within herself. And that if she can just shift her perspective, or if she can look for the light, or look for the good things, look for what's good in her life and what she's grateful for, this is going to help her to kind of transmute these energies right here. Let's see what came out with that. Okay. Well, this goes very well with Scorpio energies as well. This is Major Arcana 9, and at the bottom it says reflection, which is definitely a Scorpio kind of energy, and with Mercury in Scorpio, right? It's a great time for meditation, self-reflection, going within. This traditionally is the Hermit card, and the Hermit is often depicted just pretty much as he is here. He's got his staff, he's got his lantern on his staff, he's going within to find the light within himself. And he's lighting his own way on his own path as he's moving forward. And he's kind of a wise old sage. He's always usually shown as this wise old sage. And when we have this capacity to reflect on situations or circumstances or relationships or patterns that we've gone through, when we have this ability to go within and look deep within ourselves, take that time to do so, to meditate and reflect and contemplate. Then again, we're able to shine light upon the shadow part. We're able to find the light within ourselves, the good within ourselves, the positive within ourselves. There's obviously always positive within ourselves, right? We're souls from the universe. But sometimes we get down in the dumps. Sometimes we get sad. Sometimes we get frustrated. And sometimes we beat up on ourselves, especially when we go through certain patterns again and again. So shine light upon the pattern and shine light on your path. This is you being the wise sage and finding, going into that Scorpio energy and dredging things up to be able to transmute them and move forward. Okay. And then let's look at the last card. The last card came out by itself. The last card. Wow, this is the third major arcana this week. So full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, 3 major arcana. This is major arcana 21, and interesting, we started out with major arcana 20. And now we're ending this week with major arcana 21, the last of the major arcana, normally known as the world card in the traditional tarot. In this deck, it's called Ascension. And you can see this lovely goddess energy. She's holding the earth in her hand. She's got the universal energies all behind her. She looks free and flowing and open, and she's ready to complete a phase in her life. The world card is about a successful completion so that a positive new beginning can occur. And that's what a full moon is about, right? A completion, a letting go, a healing. And then in 2 weeks, a new moon solar eclipse so that a positive new beginning can take place. This is usually about our soul's evolution and growth when we talk about major arcana cards. So the ending and new beginning is perhaps just an energy within ourselves that we're releasing and letting go and transmuting and coming into, again, a new state of being, a higher state of being, a higher state of awareness, moving forward towards our ascension as a soul. It could also speak of successful completions and new beginnings on the external level, like career, family, relationship, money, finance. It could be. But at the very least, look to these endings and new beginnings within yourself. And to me, ending with this one is ending on a positive note. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the special message card depending on your stone of choice. So I know a lot of you like to have the different view of the card so that you can see the stones throughout what I'm talking about. So I'll just show them real quickly one more time. We have the Orthoceras. We've got the snakeskin jasper. And we've got the pyrite. Which one draws your attention? All right, so for those of you that chose the Orthoceras, I'm going to give these a little shuffle. These cards, I think I used them recently in the last, I don't know, I'm going to say the last month, the Heal Yourself reading cards. They're pretty intense cards, but because we're in Scorpio season, I thought I would use them again. So those that chose the Orthoceras, special message for our Orthoceras people. This one's calling my attention as I open my eyes. Wow, I love this one. This is a positive one. Wild. This is like letting yourself, letting your wild side loose, right? She's got this red dress on. She's got the lantern in her hand, sort of like the hermit has the lantern. Maybe she sought the light within herself. She found her gifts, her creative self-expression. She's passionate about it. She's ready to go for it. She's letting her wild side out. Okay, so this is a very positive indication that you're ready to set something free within yourself. And you're just going all in. This is like taking a leap of faith, taking a risk to me. She looks very risque, right? So she's got passion, she's got energy, she's got action, she's got forward movement with the boat. Spirit is lighting the way. Her higher soul self is giving her the messages as far as where to go. We do have a little bit of clouds here in the background, but she not even giving that a second thought. She's ready to move forward. This to me is like leaving the shadow side behind, leaving some of this, heavier energy of Scorpio behind. She's transmuted it. At least she's going to, if she hasn't done it yet, she's about to, because she's ready to again set free some of these wonderful energies within herself where she feels alive and passionate and full of energy and just ready to tackle any projects and move forward to the next step on her destiny path. This might mean not just movement and career or with money and finances. This might be actually a move. Maybe you're thinking, and with the eclipse energies, that can happen too, where you suddenly decide you want to relocate. Maybe you've been thinking about it for a while, but this could be like moving to a new place, moving to a new home, moving to a new state, moving to a new country. It could be something like that, to where you're just led. You're just taking that leap of faith and letting Spirit kind of lead you and trusting that you're going to end up where you need to as far as where you're going here. So this is a very positive card. I really like this. I think she's got this on the kind of bow of the ship, if that's what you call it. There's kind of like this dragon head. So she's got this dragon guide, and dragons are full of positive power and empowerment. She looks very empowered. So I'm really excited for you Orthoceras people. That's a great message. Okay, snakeskin jasper. Special message for snakeskin jasper. Snakeskin jasper. See, I open my eyes every once in a while, and if nothing pops out to me right away, I'm just going to continue shuffling till it does. Special message, snakeskin jasper. This one caught my attention as I opened my eyes. Great card again, courage. And he has a lantern too, you guys. Isn't that great? He's lighting his own way as well with confidence and courage, and he's moving forward too. That's pretty awesome. And, I'm drawn to the fall colors here on the trees too. And on this side of the world, anyway, in this hemisphere, we're in fall, we're in the autumn time. This could either mean that there's, something significant happening now in the next month or so, especially with these eclipses, or to watch the cycle of the next year until we get to next fall. That something important is transpiring that maybe you'll have a better understanding or awareness of in about a year when we get to that next fall time period. Now, this card also has a woman in the background. The man is holding the lantern, the light, and the woman's in the background. So this can be maybe about something to do with a relationship. Maybe you need some sort of confidence and courage to speak your truth or take some sort of action in a relationship matter. This could also be about your own divine masculine and divine feminine energies that need to kind of be into balance. This one looks like the divine feminine is a little bit behind. The masculine is a little bit more out of front. That can be taken one of two ways. Either the masculine needs to be in the forefront to take some sort of action to light the way, or maybe there's an imbalance here that needs to be righted. Maybe the divine feminine, which is of surrender and love and nurturing and creativity and intuition, maybe she needs to step out of the shadows here, or out from behind this rock, or wherever she's kind of hiding. Maybe she needs to come out into the open a little bit so that your own masculine and feminine are a little bit more in balance. But either way, either have the confidence to do that, to step out from behind the shadows, or have confidence to speak your truth or take an action in relationship, or just have confidence in your masculine energy to light your way on the next step of your path. So that's a very positive card as well. All right, the last one is the Pyrite people. Okay, Pyrite, special message for Pyrite people. Special message for Pyrite people. This one's just calling my attention. Okay. All right. Procrastination. It's not necessarily a negative. I mean, you know, we shouldn't say any of these cards are negative, but some of them are a little bit more intense. This is just saying that you've been procrastinating maybe longer than you need to make some sort of decision or take some sort of action. She's got a lantern too. I don't think all these cards have lanterns in them. No, they don't. So all three of these cards have lanterns like the Hermit card. That's really interesting to me. So she's also kind of highlighting or shining light upon something that she needs to be more aware of. And again, similar as the other two cards, she's lighting her own way forward. Now, again, she's being a little bit more of a procrastinator. There is a full moon here in the background on this card. So this full moon lunar eclipse may actually break you out of your procrastination. And if it's not right during the full moon this week, I'm going to say within the 2 weeks after the full moon lunar eclipse, before we get to the new moon solar eclipse, your angels and guides are saying, okay, it's time. It's time to make the change. It's time to redirect. It's time to make the leap of faith. It's time to move forward on the project or in the relationship or in the career or whatever it might be. Okay? She looks pretty peaceful and calm. She doesn't look like she's trying to hold back, you know, her energy. She looks like she's ready to move forward. She looks like she's confident. She's got a black cat here in the background, you know, which is kind of a Scorpio sort of energy, right? To me, this is like a familiar, a guide, giving you some sort of information or guidance. I don't think the black cat is a negative at all. You know, I love cat energy anyway. I love cats. So this to me is like mystery and magic. You know, the full moon, mystery and magic. The black cat, mystery and magic. We're in Scorpio energy, mystery and magic. So call upon that mystery and magic of the universe and the mystery and magic within yourself and stop procrastinating. It's time. If you've been waiting for the right time, but you're not sure when the right time is, I think it's right upon you. So it's time to kind of move forward and have that confidence and light your way forward with whatever it is you've been thinking about. All right, everybody. I hope you've all enjoyed this weekly intuitive reading. Thank you so much for your love, your comments, your support. Please subscribe to the channel, share the videos, Follow me on Facebook at Colleen Lemma or Sacred Soul Empowerment, 2 different pages. Visit my website, check out what I've got going on there. Sign up for my newsletter if you haven't. You can do that through the website too. Check out some of my special intention pendants I showed the last couple of weeks, and a lot more than that also available. I know we're coming up to the holiday season, so you might want to check those out, see what's available. Still working on my products. I don't think they're going to be ready for the holidays, but some of them might be shortly thereafter. Hopefully more of them will be. So please shower me with supportive energies so I can get all that done. Thank you so much, everyone. Sending you lots of love and light and many, many transformative blessings.